the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday night.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in Metro. On to get it started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway in Southern California. DeAndre Carter returning it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Los Angeles taking the field led by Justin Herbert, third-year man out of Oregon whose career is off to an incredibly productive start. Herbert on first down now. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And able to pull off the hurdle. Not a ton there on the back end, but a nice move and a good gain. 3rd and 2, Herbert. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On 4th down, Herbert. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. To the air on first down with Pickett. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began. And they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Now Pickett. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And another negative play there as they stop him again. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Pickett. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 15. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Look at the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. So you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early.
And this is caught. right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
Now this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Pickett. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little game.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Pickett back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. DeAndre Carter back deep. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved. Call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First and 10, here's Pickett. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he goes diving forward to try to get an extra yard or two. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It's Eckler again. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up. 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here, but that will be how this first half comes to an end. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And some room to run now. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, LA! Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 110 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Herbert now. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Hopkins with the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
He gets this one to Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Pickett will look to throw it here. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. And that'll be off the crossbar and out and short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. 128 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Pickett now on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Eckler now between the tackles. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like, what feels good to you and what feels good to your team? You're down big. You really have, like, 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush to his right. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
One final shot for Pickett. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. Now, I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.